Good morning, afternoon or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamas and I am back. I'm sorry I was away for a few weeks. I had a few things I had to deal with, but I am back and I'm better than ever, and we are going to do game week 13, so let's get straight into it. Before we get into this week's video, please do like, share and subscribe. We start this round of fixtures with game of the weekend, 12:30 on Saturday. What a game this is going to be. We have Man City at home to Liverpool. This is first v second in the Premier League. Man City did concede 4 goals in their last game against Chelsea, which is the first time in Pep Guardiola's managerial career he has conceded 4 or more goals in a single game. And with Liverpool coming into this with only 1 loss out of their last 23 games, it's going to be a big game. Man City can also make history this game as they have won their last 23 home games in a row. If they win this game against Liverpool, it'll be 24 and they will break a record that has been set since 1892. Now, with all that being said, I am going to go for, probably against the grain here, I am going to go for a Liverpool 2-1 win here. We then move on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs where we start at Turf Moor. We have Burnley at home to West Ham. Now, West Ham aren't in the greatest form right now. They've lost 3, won 1 and drawn 1 of their last 5 Premier League games and lost 3 of their last away games in all competitions. So fingers are pointing them to struggle here. However, Burnley have the worst home record in the Premier League this season. We've played 6, lost 6. I believe that will continue in this one. I am going for a West Ham 2-1 away win. Next up, we have Luton at home to Crystal Palace. Now, Luton are still looking for their first ever win at home in the Premier League, and they will believe they can get in this game, especially with Crystal Palace's form, losing 3 of their last 4 games in the Premier League. However, they do have the 3rd joint best away record this season in the Premier League, Crystal Palace. And with Elise and Eze both coming back from injury, that's a major boost for the Eagles. I reckon the honours will be even in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up, we move to St James's Park in another very good game this weekend where we see Newcastle hosting Chelsea. Now, in this one, I can only see there being one winner if there is a winner, and that is Chelsea, only because Newcastle's injury list is absolutely ridiculous. And with Pochettino having a very good record at St James's Park, he's won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. And also his head-to-head record against Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe's only won once against him in 7 meetings between the two managers. Although with that being said, Isaac could be back for this one. They're saying he may be back fit. So if there is a winner, I can only see it being Chelsea. But I believe the honours will be even in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. We then move to Nottingham Forest versus Brighton. Now, Nottingham Forest are unbeaten this season at the City Ground. With their 5 games, they've won 2 and drawn 3, and with Brighton drawing their last 3 games in the Premier League, 1-1 in each game. The form guide shows that this is going to be a very tight game, especially when you look at both teams. In the last 5 games, Nottingham Forest, the last 5 games, they've played 5, they've got 5 points, they've got 6 goals conceded and 6 goals scored. And then on the flip side to that, Brighton in their last 5 games have 4 points, 6 goals scored and 7 goals conceded. Also, Brighton are one of only 3 teams this season that have scored in all of their 12 games. With that being said, I believe it will be 13 out of 13, and I am going to go for a Brighton 2-1 win in this one. And the last of the 3 p.m. kickoff sees Sheffield United at home to Bournemouth. Now, both teams are playing much better now. They've both picked up a little bit of form than they did from the beginning of the season. Sheffield United have 1 win and 1 draw in their last 2 games, and Bournemouth have 2 wins out of their last 4 games. But with that being said, Sheffield United do have the 18th best home record in the league, and Bournemouth have the worst away record in the Premier League with 1 point out of their 5 games. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. And the last game on Saturday is a 5:30 kickoff, a London derby, Brentford hosting Arsenal. Now, Brentford do come into this with 3 wins out of their last 4 games. Their only defeat in that time was the game before the international break, which was a 3-0 defeat away to Liverpool. However, with that being said, they are unbeaten in their last 14 Premier League London derbies with 8 wins and 6 draws in that time. But I believe this will be their downfall, as Arsenal will just be too strong for Brentford, and Brentford will not go into this game thinking they're going to draw. They'll probably go into this looking for the win. I reckon Arsenal will pick them off and Arsenal will win this one 2-0. Also, a little side note of this game, it will be nice to see Aaron Ramsdale back in goal for Arsenal, as obviously David Raya's loan agreement won't let him play in this one, so it'll be nice to see Aaron Ramsdale back in between the sticks. Starting on Super Sunday, we have a great game. We have Spurs hosting Villa at 2 p.m. I believe this will be a very high-scoring game. Spurs obviously come into this with a lot of injuries and a lot of suspensions and off back-to-back defeats. They will definitely be trying to bounce back with a win in this one, but they face a very solid Villa team this year. And with Villa winning the last two head-to-heads against these two teams, they will be confident in this one going into it. I'm going to go for a high-scoring 2-2 draw here. That's my prediction in this one, and also a bit of fun trivia for you here. Spurs have scored in all 12 of their games this season. Only 2 other teams have done it. I've already mentioned one of them. Can you guys mention the third team? You have Brighton, you have Spurs. Who's the third team that scored in all of their games so far this season? The second Super Sunday, 4:30, sees Everton host Manchester United. Now, Everton come into this game unbeaten in their last 4 games in all competitions. That is 3 wins and 1 draw. And with them being hit with that 10-point deduction, they will need to start trying to pick up points as soon as they can. I just can't see them picking up points in this one. I believe that Man United will do what we've seen them do 4 times already this season in the Premier League and 5 times in all competitions. And I reckon Manchester United will win this game 1-0. And to finish off game week 13, we have Fulham hosting Wolves, 8 p.m. on Monday. Now, Wolves are playing very well this season. They've only lost 1 of their last 6 games. And with Fulham only winning 2 of their last 6 games, it does look very bleak for Fulham. However, 4 of those games were away. If you just take into consideration Fulham's home form, they have 4 wins in 6 matches. I believe after this game, it will be 5 wins out of 7 matches with a 2-0 win on Monday. And for my extra fixture this week, I have chosen tonight's game, tonight being Friday the 24th of November. It is top vs third in Ligue 1. It is PSG versus Monaco. Now, I do feel a bit sorry for both teams, as obviously the international break only finished 3 days ago and 2.5 days ago if you're considering the Southern American teams. So it's a bit unfair on both teams. However, this is life, and I am going to go for a 2-1 PSG win in this one. And lastly, for my bet of the weekend this weekend, I have tried to make it as simple as possible. It is a 4-fold. It is with Boyle Sports. It is Liverpool to win away to Manchester City, Luton and Crystal Palace to draw, Newcastle and Chelsea to draw, and Arsenal to beat Brentford. Now that brings back £84.42 to 1 with the boost. So if you throw £2 on that, brings back the return of £170.83. Please, please, please bet responsibly. Thank you very much. If you are still here at the end of my video, like I said at the beginning, I do apologise that I've been away for a few weeks. I had a few things to sort out, but I am back and I'm better than ever. I do really appreciate the love and support you guys have been giving me. Thank you very much. Please do like, share, subscribe and follow. Also, keep a lookout on the YouTube shorts because I am going to start doing a football trivia quiz for you and your friends to get involved with. So that'll be a bit of fun to do during the week. Like I always say, guys, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Also on a Friday now, I'm going to start doing a Friday football fun trivia. Now, this is going to be a new show of mine where every Friday, I'm going to ask you 5 quick fire questions. It will just be in a YouTube short, just less than a minute. Write in the comments below, play it with your friends, however you want to do it. It's up to you. This week's obviously I'm explaining it, so it's going to be a bit longer. But going forward, it's just going to be a quick 5 questions, bang, 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 bang. And then you just write the comments below or play with your friends.